Thank you for stopping by the Random Green Channel. Today I wanted to go over the 2024 Oregon Ducks Gridiron outlook in their first season in the Big Ten. And they should be pretty good right off the bat. I would say that they returned some starters. I think they returned Dylan Gabriel. I think it might be a transfer, graduate transfer. I might be wrong on that. And their coach, I think it's his second or third season. He was at Georgia as a defensive coordinator, I believe, under Kirby Smart. And Dan Lanning is their coach, head coach. So, again, they should be pretty good. They return a lot of players and key players in key positions. So, without any further ado, I will go over and give you my predictions and my thoughts for the season. So I'm not going to go through every little detail of what's going to be at practice in the second day of the third week of the season and all that stuff. Now I'm just going to tell you who I think is going to, their record and everything in their games they play. So they open up with Idaho at home. I guess that should be a win for Idaho. No, it's good. Oregon will destroy them. They should. And anything can happen, but of course, Oregon will take it to them. Will they? The only question is, will Idaho be able to hold Oregon under 50? And I don't know about that. I think Oregon's going to score a lot of points in that game. And even the second game, they play Boise State. And they'll be able to take care of Boise State. But Boise State's never a slouch. When there's ever a Boise State team, you got to be careful when you play these guys. And I think they'll be ready and 2-0 right off the bat. Then they play the old rival, the old Civil War. It's going to be, I don't know if they're going to continue to play Oregon State. Maybe for the foreseeable future, they renewed that rivalry, the schedule between Oregon State and Oregon, which is really good. It's one of them, probably the most underrated rivalries in the country. Because you look at the Southeast, you look at the Midwest and the East, but you forget about the Northwest. You always have Washington State in the Apple Cup. But this is a brutal war. I mean, this Oregon State is probably one of the most underrated rivalries in all of college football. And tell you what, it's tough. But I think Oregon will go on the road to Corvallis and win, and it won't be easy. I could see a 34-20 game, 37-20, 38-17 the most. But it should be competitive. But Oregon will find a way to pull through and maybe pull away late, like they do sometimes. And some good teams. Good teams will do that, where they'll be close throughout, but they'll make it. They'll pull away and have scored 2 or 3 touchdowns late to make it. That's what good teams do. But 3-0 off the bat, first 3 games. Then they have a bye, and they play at Big Ten school, UCLA. It makes no sense why Oregon and UCLA are the Big Ten. But in a way, it's kind of cool because it's not like it makes more sense for them to be in the Big Ten than, say, Stanford and Cal being in the ACC. Atlantic Coast Conference. Atlantic Coast Conference, and then having a Pacific team that doesn't make sense. This is, for them to be in the Big Ten, it makes more sense than a lot of teams. So, it's just strange to see UCLA in the Big Ten and Oregon in the Big Ten. So Oregon will win against UCLA. UCLA, a no-slouch team. I still think Chip Kelly's coaching them, and I don't know how many returning starters they have. I don't know. I might not even cover them. I might, do a prediction on them in a video, but I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. But 4-0 at this point. Michigan State at Eugene. Jonathan Smith went over to Michigan State from Oregon State. So I think they'll be 5-0 at this point. Then they have a really tough opponent, Ohio State, the mighty Ohio State Buckeyes, comes into town, and Ohio State will win. I can't go against Ohio State. I'd like to. It's not like I, like Ohio State in any stretch of the imagination. You gotta respect their program. I certainly respect their program. I'm not a big fan of Ryan Day. Maybe you're probably thinking, why are you not a fan of Ryan Day? Maybe I'll just put a video at the end of the a video of the prior, whatever. You'll see if you stay and watch the whole video, which I'll get going. At Purdue, win. Purdue is as not the same team. They struggled the last few years, decade and a half. I see them going to Purdue and winning, and then Illinois at home. I see them coming away with a win. At Michigan, this isn't the same Michigan team it was last year, and they Michigan lose a lot of athletes, but they'll still should be pretty stout. They should still be pretty damn good. Michigan, they'll be really good, but Oregon will find a way to win in a field goal game. It'll be 23-20, perhaps 31-28. Really a back and forth affair, but I think Oregon will find a way to win. A win against Maryland. Now Maryland's not a bad team. You think, oh, Maryland, they're tough. They actually were decent last year, and 9-1 at this point. And then at Wisconsin, a tough place to play. Very tough place to play, but they'll find a way to win. 10-1, and then a bye, and then the rivalry with the Huskies, which has been really good. Last year was I think both games were a field goal. The last Pac-12 championship game was a field goal. Washington won it, but I think Oregon will find a way to win in a field goal, probably a 38-35 game, and to go 11-1. Now, could this happen? Of course. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Again, keep in mind it's just a prediction, so don't get all excited about what a random channel is saying about Oregon's a prediction about Oregon Gridiron University football. Who knows? 11-1, and they'll probably get they play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. I'm not going to go any further on that. But if they would win against Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, they will go to the playoff. I think that'd be a shoo-in for them to get to the playoff. Probably a first-round bye, because there's 12 playoff games, 12 playoff teams, and 4 teams, I believe, get a bye. Anyway, yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I kind of digressed a little bit and didn't get straight to the point. Again, I'm not getting paid millions of dollars like analysts to go over a prediction. So it's all free. And all right, thanks for watching, and you all have a great day.